What's good, ladies and gents? Welcome back to MKO Boxing, aka MKO Pugilism. Remember to like and subscribe on the YouTube channel. Always follow on TikTok and all that. Let me know your thoughts. So, anyway, let's get into it. So, last night, good boxing in Liverpool. A guy who never ever disappoints in a boxing ring. That is Nick Ball, aka Nicky Ball, aka the Wrecking Ball versus Ronnie Rios. He fought last night and successfully defended his world title. Did Nick Ball um, title that, and he deserves to have, I suppose, more than one belt because he should have won the other fight against Vargas. But yeah, going into this fight, Nick Ball obviously favored to win this one, but still his performance was fantastic. It's always entertainment with Nick Ball. It was a homecoming fight of sorts because it took place in his hometown of Liverpool. And Nick Ball, he just gives you the business from round one. And as this fight opened up, Nick Ball just comes in like a bull in a china shop, straight out, giving it to Ronnie Rios. Rios, to his credit, he stayed on his feet. He tried to fight back, but it was like Nick Ball was just basically too quick, too relentless, and he was just putting the pressure on Rios and it was almost like, in a sense, Rios didn't really know what hit him in that first round because Ball he's literally just pouring it on him, blah, 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 just letting his hands go relentlessly. It's like he's like a machine. It's like there's literally no real stopping to what he's doing. He's just constantly, I suppose, in part because he's a shorter fighter. He's just quite small, compact, and he just comes steaming out. The first couple of rounds were like that, where he was just steaming into Ronnie Rios. He hurt him a couple of times, but Rios, as I say, he done very well. He stayed on his feet, but it was just a case of, in this one, that he couldn't really keep up with. He couldn't really keep up with Nick Ball, to be brutally honest with you, because Nick Ball was a bit too quick. You can tell Rios, yes, he's a tough fighter, Mexican fighter. He likes to brawl and everything, but when it came to Nick Ball, it's like Nick Ball was working at a couple of paces quicker than him, because Ball was just bam, 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 and you're talking, it's amazing. I don't know how he does it because you're talking from the round one to when it ended in round 10. Nick Ball was throwing, like, at least minimally, three and four punch combinations minimally. And it was all sorts of varieties. It was combination of like kind of screw shots and then bringing the right hand over the top. He was able to put Rios down in the third round, relentless pressure again, and Rios just basically crumbled on it. It was just too much. Lands his barrage of punches, puts Rios down in round three, which was very impressive. And it looked like it could have been all over there, but Rios, to his credit, he recovered quite quickly because Nick Ball had another 2 minutes in that round. So, if Rios was completely gone, he could have gone from there. But no, he stayed on his feet. He tucked up very well, put his hands up, and sort of just stayed in survival mode for that round. He did try to win, and Rios did put forth a half decent effort. He did make Nick Ball really have to work for his victory. But the thing was, there was just no slowing down of the pace. Nick Ball was just pretty much like, it's just like someone working at 100 miles an hour from the beginning to the end. That's what he was doing. So just relentless pressure, and he put Rios down again in the seventh round. It was counted, but you could tell it was more a case of he's rushed into Rios, and then Rios stumbles a bit, ball hits him. So I mean, I suppose, yeah, you could call it. I suppose, yeah, since the referee called it, it's a knockdown, but it was one of those sort of more off balance knockdowns than he just hits him with one shot and knock it. It was more like a momentum thing where he's steaming into Rios, and then and just hits him. So it's not a heavy knockdown in round seven. And again, after that, Nick Paul, he gets up and he's just bang, 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 banging away all night long. And it was very impressive because he done it in both stances. He was constantly, that was another element to his game that was impressive. Not only the brawling, the relentless punching, probably more than 100 punches in a round, but the fact that he was able to just seamlessly switch from southpaw to orthodox and land power shots from either stance and be explosive from either stance, be dominant from either stance. And yeah, it was one of these cases, one of these fights where they were just, fighting at two different paces. Nick Ball was at 100 miles an hour, and it was like Rios could barely do 50 miles an hour. Absolutely relentless, absolutely ruthless. And the end finally came in round 10, where Nick Ball was still continuing more and more pressure, 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 pressure. Had Rios on the ropes, and he hit him so hard this time that Rios actually fell through the ropes. He actually punched him out of the ring. And poor Rios was just flat on his back on the outside of the ring, gone through the ropes. And, to his credit, he did try to get up and he did, wobble to his feet, but the referee could see it was over. And even the referee was cut, but the corner just threw the towel in, and that was it. End of round 10. That was it. That's all she wrote. And it's just a case of Nick Ball just being too young, too fast, too fresh, and it too fit in a way. The engine and the amount of punches this guy is able to throw is amazing. And he's one of those fighters that if you've never seen him box, I'd recommend you seeing him box, because he's must see TV. He's entertaining, and he's explosive. He's gonna give you what you pay for. He's gonna give the fans their money's worth every time. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on it. And they're talking about fighting Inoue next. I think that was the talk after the fight. And to be honest, yeah, I would pick. I forget the weight disparity, but I think skill wise, I think Inoue is better. So you'd pick Inoue, but in all honesty, if you're Nick Ball, why not? You go for it. Go for it. Go and fight him. You're young, you're fresh. I mean, why not? You go and fight him and go and make him money and go and dare to be great, because he's an exceptional fighter. And I think that, that's what he wants, from what I'm understanding. He wants to unify. He could go back and maybe unify with Vargas, who he got that draw against. And yeah, why not? If Inui comes knocking, why not go for it? I mean, you know, Ball's a very good fighter. I think Inui is better, but at the end of the day, when you're in a sport like boxing, if you get a good opportunity to fight the best, you go in there and you fight the best. It is what it is. But let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section below. Nick the Wrecking Ball wrecks another opponent. Until next time, it's MKO Boxing, over and out.